Our last one-arm swing variation, and currently one of my favorite swing variations to program, is the hand-to-hand swing. I think the hand-to-hand swing appeals to me so much because it teaches you one of the most important things about the swing. And it teaches you that even better than the two-hand swing does. That's the concept of a float. You throw the bell from the backswing to the top, and it has this momentum imparted on it from your hip and torso contraction. And now you just get to watch physics happen as you switch hands midair and catch the bell and prepare for your next backswing. If we're just doing a two-hand swing, we have the option, especially with a lighter bell, to muscle that bell into the position that we want it to achieve. So I can lift this bell with two hands. And that's not good. That's not the ideal swing mechanic. It's a throw and a float. But to the untrained eye, there may not appear to be that much of a difference. In the hand-to-hand swing, you have to learn how to let the bell float, otherwise you'll miss it. So starting off like my one-arm swing, I'm gonna have the bell still in its one lane, so more towards the side that's gripping the bell. Tip, this time, at the top of each swing, I'm going to switch hands. Now with that hand switch, does that mean the bell is getting to the center and staying there so that I can switch hands? No, there's a little translation at the top. I lock my hips out and the bell will naturally float towards center a little bit. I'll switch hands and it'll come over to this lane in my backswing. Let's see if I can make this live for you. So hopefully that gave you an idea of that translation from one lane to the other. Now the switch itself, I've seen it performed with a twist at the top to switch hands. I'm not a big fan of that. That adds a degree of complication to an already fairly complicated exercise. I send my free hand in over the top of the hand that's currently holding the bell, pull this one out at the same time as I'm re-gripping with this bell. Sometimes that can lead to a little stickiness, but in that case, all I ended up doing was a weird two-hand swing. I wasn't in danger at any point because I missed my hand switch. Whereas the twist, now you've got a bell that's spinning around in circles, and even if gravity is going to take that bell straight down if you miss your transition, now that it's spinning, it might take a funny hop. You'll have to have some real quick feet in order to avoid danger. So let's just keep that out of it and go with a simple overhand switch. Other than that translation at the top and the overhand switch, this is still a one-arm swing. We still want that powerful hip extension, that powerful anti-rotation at the top so that we stay square. Because if the bell starts to twist out on us, now we're going to have to go chasing after it, and that's a bad scenario, especially if you actually catch up with it. Because now I'm really reaching out there, and if I get hold of it and it starts to come down, I'm going to put a buttload of shear force on those lumbar vertebrae, and now it's shear force with rotation. Say you've already got some hypermobility in your lumbar spine and you're prone to flexion, now you've just got a nightmare situation happening in your back. I would say dial in your two-hand swing technique, transition to a one-arm swing when you're ready, but shortly thereafter, go ahead and transition to that hand-to-hand swing. And now you've got a big arsenal of hinge variations, ballistic hinge variations. You've got the two-hand swing, the double swing, the one-arm swing, and the hand-to-hand swing. And those are all tremendous. In the double kettlebell progression, we also introduced the clean and the muscle clean. So you've got a couple other options. And shortly here, I'll introduce the snatch. Then you'll have a lot of options for training. They're all the same thing. They're all a ballistic hip hinge, but they're all different in terms of the direction of force applied, how many bells you're using, and the load that you're handling. So you've got a diverse training effect available to you with just one pattern.